Hello friends, I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. Okay, so in today's video, I got the sun right in my eyes here. I don't even know if you can see me, but okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do two Graavelys plow startups. And then I have those 3 snow blowers that we worked on. And we did some work this year recently on them, and I want to make sure they start up okay. About 7 days ago, right today is December 29th, so about 7 days ago we had a temperature of 7 degrees with a wind chill of about 15 below Fahrenheit, and I just figured today is about 35 degrees right now. I want to start up the 2 tractors, give them a quick battery charge in case we get snow. Right now in the forecast, in the next 10 days, there's no snow in the forecast, and we're supposed to get like 55 to 60 degree weather. As a matter of fact, today's supposed to get up to about 59, 60 today. But I just want to make sure that everything starts up okay. I didn't put any snow blowers out for sale because there hasn't been any snow in the forecast. And I've told you in previous videos, if there's not snow in the forecast, then I'm just lugging them in and out, you know, to put them out front for sale, so I don't bother doing that anymore. So what I'm going to do right now is we'll begin with starting up the 1973 C8. Make sure that starts up all right, and then I'll back that one out, and then we'll try the 1967 L8 plow tractor and see how that starts, and then we'll go on to start up the snow blowers. Okay, so we'll begin by turning on the gas here, and I'll give it some choke. I'll choke it. Give it a little throttle. Took the choke off too soon. Okay, so next we'll try the 67 L8. See how that starts. Turn the gas on. Choke it. Give it some throttle. Choke it again. Okay, so this is the one here that I made the video on. I think I made the video about, yeah, it was the second video before the last one. And this is the one we changed the starter on. And this would have had a hard time trying to start because the brushes in the starter were no good in the old starter. So I'm happy to see that this thing cranks over really good after we changed the starter on it. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to back this one out now, and then we'll get on to starting the other 3, the 3 snow blowers, I should say. Okay, so next up we have this, what I think is a 1995 Murray snow thrower, and this one has a, I believe a 3 horsepower Tecumseh engine. Yeah, it's a 3 horsepower Tecumseh engine. So on the last video, we come to find out that it had the wrong carburetor on it, because there was an issue with the primer hose not fitting on there right, so I ordered a new carburetor. So we replaced the primer bulb in a hose, and we put a new carburetor on it. And I haven't started it up since we did the repair on this one. So we'll see how this one starts. I also had to put a makeshift kill switch on it because the locking key was shot. I started it up and it wouldn't shut off, and I tried to spray the locking key, and it still didn't work. So I just put on the kill switch on it. All right, so I'll give this about 3 primes or so. I think they still have gas in them. I didn't check. And then we'll choke it. We'll see how this one goes left. Okay, so that's cool. 2 poles isn't bad. It does have an electric start on it, but the electric start don't work. Like 99% of these, the electric start don't work. But they're easy enough to pull start, so it doesn't ruin the sale at all when you go to sell them. What ruins the sale is no snow in the forecast. That's what ruins the sales. So, okay, so we're going to go get on to the next 2 snow blowers. I'll bring them out, and then we'll start each one of those up. Okay, so next we have the Toro snow thrower here, and that has a 7 horsepower Briggs & Stratton 2-stroke, also a 2-stroke like the 3 horsepower at the front seat there. The last thing we did on this is I think we replaced the primer bulb and the hose on this too. I don't quite remember, but we did do a lot of work on this one last year. Yeah, let's see how this one starts. Turn the ignition on. I gave it a few primes. The electric start don't work on this one as well. And let's see what happens. We got a little wet because I got one of those crummy blue Harbor Freight tarps on it. I got a brand new tarp, so I think I'm going to put this one inside. This one will be the first one to go out for sale, and I'll just cover wherever else I got out here. Okay, so we got the ignition on. I primed it 3 times. Let's see what happens. So far, nothing. I'll turn the choke off and try it. Or should I prime it some more? Maybe I'll give it a few more primes. And I'll choke it again. I put the choke back on, I gave it a few more primes and it started up. Okay, so next, I'll bring the next one out. I'll explain everything we did to that one to you. We'll see how that one starts. Maybe someday I'll get this camera shut off. Okay, so this is that MTD Yardman that we did a lot of work to this one last year. My friend found this in the garbage with a blown 8 horsepower Tecumseh engine. And what I did was, since the jalopy snowblower I used to use used to break down every 2 seconds, finally the transmission blew out on that, so I took the engine off that. I put the engine on this, but the pulleys, I think it was an auger pulley, it wasn't lining up right, so I did something with the pulleys. I added an extra pulley on it. This one should go for sale, but I really want to try it in the snow first before we do anything. And then I was having trouble with the shifter. It wouldn't go into reverse. It does have a slider adjustment on there, but I don't remember exactly what we did. We had to drill something out. We fixed that. We repaired that. And the very last thing we did to that was, I guess a month ago, this year, the primer bulb was bad and the hose, the primer hose was collapsing. So we replaced the hose. I replaced the primer bulb without taking the shroud off. I did a video on that. The trick is today to see how it starts. So what I'm going to do right now with this is, this one needs like 10 primes. I know that. And we'll see if this one starts up, and we'll see if the auger works. By the way, you probably saw it, but the auger worked on the other two also. So let me just make sure I didn't waste my breath when we have the camera turned on here. And we'll go ahead and see if we can start this one up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn the throttle all the way up. If the throttle's all the way down, then it has the shut off where it kills the power to the coil. And we want to make sure, because you know me, I forget to turn the throttle on, I forget this and I forget that and every other thing. Okay, so we'll give it some choke, right? And I'm going to prime it like 10 times, or at least till I see gas pouring out of the overflow inside the carburetor here. And what I just did now, talking about forgetting stuff, I forgot to turn the gas on. So it's going to be a good idea that we turn the gas on before we start it. And I'll take a quick look in the tank. I'm pretty sure this one has gas in it. So I'll turn the gas on, let that run down a little bit there. It's got plenty of oil in it. And yes, it does have gas in it still. I don't even know what year this engine is, but it's old. But I think I primed it more than 10 times. If this doesn't work out, I do have a brand new carburetor we could throw on it. No, this is no good. This is not good here. Shouldn't have to prime it this many times. I am smelling gas though. I don't know if I flooded it. I don't know, give it a couple pulls with the choke on, otherwise I'll shut the choke off. Maybe I over primed it. I don't know. prime it over 10 times. Okay, so as you saw, when it did start, it had a surge in it, but then the surge was going away. But by rights, it should get a new carburetor on it. But I'll check it out again in the next week or two, and I'll see how it starts then. But I explained the whole thing when we put the primer. We installed the primer bulb, and we installed the primer hose that was collapsing. I explained to you about the float level in there, and chances are the needle and seat, the seat is probably swollen, I would imagine, and it's not letting enough gas into the bowl. I did clean the carburetor out a couple of times years ago, but I didn't put any new parts in it. So, I don't know. We'll try it again in a week or two. Okay, so the next video I'm going to have coming up soon is the tag-along trailer that we use to haul the Graavelys down to Brielle and Lavalette to plow. What I'm going to do is we're going to do a safety check on the trailer, and I'm going to show you how to diagnose the tail lights on it. Because this trailer here, it goes out mostly in salt-covered roads. So the salt really took a toll on this trailer, and I'll explain the whole thing, but the next video I think is going to be that. I think that's it for today. I just figured I'd show up and make a video, and I did want to start these machines up to make sure they started up all right. And I guess I'll see you all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care and be safe.